Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. You're not going to need to carry a gun in D.C., he says. Not because he's fighting for your Second Amendment rights, but because, in his words, the city will be safe. Check it out.
Carry, would you like for that to apply here in Washington, D.C.?
When you say carry, I assume you're talking about carry what we're talking
Concealed
about, right?
or... Yeah.
In other words, carry a gun. Is that right? Would you like to carry a gun?
I would like to, yes, sir.
You'd feel a hell of a lot better, right?
I absolutely would.
I agree with you 100%, okay?
Okay, great.
But I'll tell you, within another couple of weeks, it's hard to believe what's been accomplished in 12 days, but within another couple of weeks, you won't have to carry. You're not going to have to carry. You're going to be safe. People are safe now. The turn has gone fast. I knew it was going to go fast.
And they promise you peace and security
really fast.
and safety
within a month or two,
by
this is going to be
infringing
one of
on
the
your
safest
rights.
places in the country.
That's when things become a serious problem. Keep listening as he
we'll
dances around the
do
question.
An extension. We'll work with Congress, or I could declare an emergency, but I don't think that's going to be necessary.
And
We'll
to
work with
that,
Congress.
you've got-
We're going to be working with Congress. I spoke with our great speaker, and I will be speaking to John Thune, and we're getting tremendous support from Congress, especially maybe here. Everybody wants to see our Capitol be great. Could say be great again. You know, it's such a beautiful place, but if you have crime, nothing looks beautiful. So, but you won't need to carry a gun, but if you do,
Well, I would like
it's
to
gonna be
have
your
the
choice.
option, just in case.
Well, a lot of
Sir,
people feel that.
Also, in other...
A lot of people feel that way. Now, let me ask you something. What kind of pro-2A statement is that? You don't need a gun? That's not how rights work. That's the talk of tyranny. And listen, I'm not here to beat up on Trump, but yeah, I voted for the guy. But when someone tells me I don't need to exercise my God-given constitutional right, it really sets off alarms, especially when the backdrop to all of this is getting weirder by the hour, right? We don't need to ask permission, number one. I always see guys talking about, oh man, I can't believe they just let us buy this. They just let us. When you got to ask permission for something, that is not your right is a right. It should not be you should not have to ask permission. And you heard him say you won't need to carry a gun. And a lot of people do, he says. That's not cool. Someone needs to talk to Trump, man. That's just not cool talk. Being a conservative, that's the thing. And a lot of people say, man, you're always beating up on Trump lately. I guess I'm further right than Trump is. I guess that's what I'm coming down to. The MAGA movement, I'm further right than these folks are. I guess that's what it is. So don't hate me because I'm further right. I'm a constitutionalist, dude. Like, if I have to ask permission for anything, that's a problem. Now, speaking of Trump, today, September 1st, man, this image drops, okay? Trump wearing a USA hat here, getting out of blacked out SUVs surrounded by Secret Service, headed allegedly to the golf club. Now, let's back up. He disappeared, I think, for nearly 4 days. No public appearances at all. No videos. Nothing. Okay. And finally, he shows up, and I'll play the video here. He shows up here, okay, for his granddaughter's golfing or whatever. But it's supposed to be like some kind of family golf outing, apparently. But here's the problem. He does not even look like himself. When I saw this video, I think it was on Saturday, I said, this does not look like Trump, man, at all, right? Like, it like the facial structure to me doesn't even look the same. I could be wrong. I'll play the video again. But like, even like the way he kind of moves, it just kind of doesn't look the same, right? So Trump is known for, if you didn't know, making multiple like public appearances daily. At least he has for the past few hundred days he's been in office. He's constantly making appearances. So he went MIA for 4 days, right? And I think it's been like 6 days now that he's made any actual public speeches or whatever, right? And so if we go back to this photo here, I mean, if this is Trump, he doesn't look well, right? He doesn't look well. And if we pull up here, I mean, dude, this something's off, man. The eyes are like sunken in. The voice on the video didn't even sound like him, like deep or slow, almost like he's been sedated. And before you go on saying I'm crazy, dude, we pointed out for years that Biden looks like 15 different clones, and we've laughed about it. We had the double chin Biden here. We had the wide-eyed Biden. We had the weekend at Biden's, and now suddenly we're seeing this thing with Trump, dude, right? Now, what even got me on this was earlier in the week, it was trending Trump dead, right? And so hashtag Trump dead had started trending. And the leftists were going absolutely, they were throwing celebrations, okay? Now, and then we had J.D. Vance, his new VP pick. Well, the dude was new to the game. He came out of nowhere is what I'm getting to. I covered that the other day. If you didn't see what I'm talking about, J.D. Vance came out of nowhere, backed by Peter Thiel and all that kind of stuff. And now Elon's backing him. He did an interview where he said he's ready to step in, saying that he had 200 days of on-the-job training. Check it out.
Well, I've gotten a lot of good on-the-job training over the last 200 days, but also say that the president is in incredibly good health. He's got incredible energy. And while most of the people who work around the President of the United States are younger than he is, I think that we find that he actually is the last person who goes to sleep. He's the last person making phone calls at night, and he's the first person who wakes up and the first person making phone calls in the morning. So yes, things can always happen. Yes, terrible tragedies happen, but I feel very confident the President of the United States is in good shape, is going to serve out the remainder of his term and do great things for the American people. And if, God forbid, there's a terrible tragedy, I can't think of better on-the-job training than what I've gotten over the last 200 days.
Okay. Who the hell says that? Unless they're planning something. This all smells off to me, ladies and gentlemen, like Operation Body Double just got activated. It doesn't make sense. Now, the kicker here is something known as the Pentagon Pizza Index. Okay, we're not done. We're not done. That was not it. While all of this is playing out, late at night, pizza sales around the Pentagon exploded. Okay, we're talking DEFCON 1 level pizza orders, and you're blowing this off. This isn't your average college kid munchies. Okay, this is District Pizza Palace, I think it is. Let me see which one it is. Okay, District Pizza Plaza. Okay, you got Pizza Palace. Sorry. A 476% spike. No kidding. No kidding. Papa John's, 217% spike. Domino's, 143% spike. This is in sales, okay, on Saturday. Okay. Then we have a 233% pizza spike, Pizzato pizza spike. Okay, all in the same day, right? And this is no joke. Okay, this is if you've never heard of the Pentagon Pizza Index, let me educate you on it. Okay, it's essentially an open source tracking theory that's been going back decades. Every time something's major is about to go down, whether it's Desert Storm, a major black site op, or a deployment, the pizza orders near the Pentagon go wild. And you're like, what? Why? Because the brass don't go home. When the halls of power stay lit overnight, someone's got to feed the war rooms. And blowing up. I literally thought it was Venezuela. We were going to have Marines on the ground in Venezuela. This index was seen as so accurate, Even Soviet operatives use it during the Cold War to monitor U.S. activity. So what the hell is going on right now? Trump has been out of the picture, right? Rumors of his death trend globally. J.D. Vance starts publicly prepping as if he's about to take over. Trump reemerges looking like a damn wax figure, okay? Then all at once, every pizza joint near the Pentagon goes red hot like we just launched an op into Baghdad. Could it all be coincidence? Possibly. Like literally, I thought Marines were going to be invading Venezuela is what I thought. I was waiting to do that video. But are we watching some kind of controlled transition wrapped in plausible deniability? Maybe he's just ill. At the worst case, he's just ill. Okay. But Ben Johnson says, I'm a liberal who likes smart conservatives. Crazy thing here is you take Trump right now. Same thing. Take it. It's the same take as the liberals. Your take on Trump. Yeah. Maybe. I doubt it. No. But let me remind you, man, they pulled this game before with Biden and we laughed, we memed and we moved on. But if they're doing this right now with Trump, they're keeping something secret. There was some bruising that showed on his hands and things like that. But the problem is the Pentagon Pete's Index. So if it's not this, it's definitely something else about to happen, right? Maybe he's just being sidelined, right? It could be that. It could be that. But again, I thought it'd be Venezuela, right? And you got to ask yourself though, with everything going on, and I had a guy comment earlier, like this dickhead here. But the thing is that I'm not going to sit here and pretend nothing's happened. It's kind of like people cheer on the smoke and mirrors. Oh man, they were commenting on the short that I did about the National Guard in the streets. And they're like, well, he's cleaning up the country. It really? The deep state is still running it. The mayors, the deep state mayors, the George Soros backed DAs that are easy on crime, that push these criminals to be able to conduct whatever crimes they want to and get away with it, are still in place. You're just literally cleaning up the sidewalk. Oh yeah, man, cleaning up the country. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. And as soon as the National Guard leaves, it's going to go hot again. It's kind of like Somalia. The Marines left, and then what happened? You had Black Hawk Down. They made a movie about it. You can't keep the National Guard there forever. And then the DAs, the weak sheriffs, the weak police departments are going to let the criminals do whatever they want to do again, and you're right back at it. So it's only a momentary, brief smoke and mirror. I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that. It's kind of like I saw earlier, Christy Nome said, man, the deportations, we've got the jobs back for the American public. How many of the patriots are going to go out and pick crops or work on the 100-degree roofs? There may be some, but the vast majority is not. And the problem is that even though we want to fix this situation, it's going to be just a brief period of time, because if the next puppet gets in, Gavin Newsom, it's going to go right back. The only way to fix this is to get rid of the deep state. That's what I'm getting to. You can paint the Chevette, but it's still a piece of shit car, right? The thing is you got to fix it. You got to really fix it. Oh, it doesn't have an engine, but we'll paint it, make it pretty. You got to fix these things, right? So at the end of the day, we have to look at it and figure out who's really in control of this country. Bottom line. Because let me tell you something. It sure as hell ain't the people anymore. It ain't you. It ain't me. They're telling us what we can do. Oh, you might can have a gun in D.C. We don't know what it is. Something's moving behind the curtain. And maybe Trump's just got the flu. And they want to project him as being strong to the world because he does have every world leader under his thumb now. They're afraid. I did see that China said they would back Russia if they do lose the war. I thought that was pretty ballsy. That came out today. But every time they tell you something's for your safety, like he just did, and that's where you know your cognitive dissonance is running rampant. Like Yuri Besimov says, I can show you proof, and you still deny it. All for your safety. Don't worry, we'll have the National Guard there. They leave, man, but you're still not gonna have your gun. Just remember that when they take from you in the name of protection, it ain't for your good. Okay. First, it's your voice, right? They've already done that. There is no more free speech. That has not been rectified whatsoever. Not even talk of even moving on that. We're only cleaning up the streets of some crappy cities that are ran by corrupt progressives, right? You send the DC in, clean up the streets, or send the National Guard in like the DC and clean up the streets to Chicago, LA, so on, and it goes right back to where it was. You haven't been given any more. This NFA should be abolished. I thought Cash Patel said it was going to abolish the FBI. It's like people are so blinded by the smoke and mirrors that they just are, everything's cool. Yeah, it's going our way. The next thing will be your rights, right? And then the leaders that actually stand up will be taken out. You have to stay alert and stay ready because the pizzas are already been ordered, guys. That pizza index is something our adversaries use. They know something's going on. Maybe it's an invasion somewhere like Venezuela. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe Ukraine. Putin's not seeming to back down. He came and met and shook a hand, and he went on back to his ways. I try to speak truth, man. A lot of people just don't listen. They don't want to hear it. They want to believe the smoke and mirrors. Whenever I start seeing actual things done, I'll be happy. When you're backing Lindsey Graham, a deep state freaking lizard, nothing's changed. People said, oh, well, Nancy Mason, she's running for governor, guys. Governor. Not the same thing. I think a lot of people don't understand, like when they cheer on these executive orders, these things are band-aids. You can't, the neocons are still in place. The uniparty actually are the ones that vote in the laws. Executive orders are band-aid. We got to push these things into laws. And that's what it is. I honestly don't think any of these folks want us to even have free speech. Who knows? These lizard people, right? Someone said the devil is Democrat. That's for sure. I'm not saying I would rather have Kamala Harris, but I do want our people that say they're going to do things actually do them. And the problem lies in is that if we don't get the deep state removed, it's going to go right back. Hell, it might go back during the midterms, and then it winds up being a lame duck president because no laws will get passed. They'll just start impeaching him again, and we'll go through that circus again. Someone said the 4 new jabs. Yes, I saw Karen Levitt say, yeah, man, they just approved 4 new ones. Yeah, go get your booster, Patriots. Go get your boosters. Someone's saying that when am I running for president, brother? You didn't watch my other video, maybe, I don't know, but you need at least 800 million to $1 billion to run. If you don't believe me, you can search up on the internet. Don't have that kind of money, so don't think it's possible. And if I went asking for that money, then I would essentially be owned just like everybody else in the history of our country, right? It's not what our forefathers want. Our forefathers wanted regular people to be running in office. But when you have people like Nancy Pelosi's that go become multimillionaires while in office, Lindsey Graham, and it's funny because what they'll do is, if you didn't know this, because AOC like released her money, like she said she had like $50,000, which is a lie, but they'll put it into various trusts, different LLCs and things like that. So they actually, the money's not in their name, but they're able to shell hide it essentially and get away with these things. So even if they cut out the, like Nancy Pelosi said in the interview the other day, that her husband is the one who trades, not her. So she can slip through that loophole. At the end of the day, nobody's coming to save you. And it becomes more apparent by the day. Now, the worrisome thing is that obviously I don't want anything to happen to Trump. And I hope that if he is ill, it's something very minor and he can get through, because J.D. Vance, for sure, if you didn't see my deep dive video on that the other day, it's very scary, especially Peter Thiel. I had a video I was going to do last week. Peter Thiel has had Epstein invested into Peter Thiel like a ton of millions and millions of dollars. So it seems to be like there's big connection here, because Peter Thiel's the one who invested in Trump. He donated to Trump, talked Trump into getting Vance. And maybe it's a whole mastermind move to get Vance in there, because I think Vance, he's part of that group. And then Elon's backing him. Peter Thiel and Elon Musk started PayPal together. So the technocracy will be here. We have AI surveillance going on. They're pushing that. Palantir's like in every country in the world. Peter Thiel's doing the Antichrist seminar. If you didn't watch that video, go watch it. You need to watch every video to keep up to date, because I think what happens is a lot of people that cognitive dissonance, they'll pop in a video when the topic seems interesting. Whenever you're not to where we are yet. The main group of guys that come hang out with me on Late Night Live, they're here. They're with me because they've seen the receipts. And if you just show up, you're like, oh, you know what I'm talking about. I've already discussed all these things. You need to get to the same point we are. And it's called black pilled. Son, nobody's coming to save you. Okay. Anyway, someone said, why would Vance say that? It's odd. It's odd. And that's what a lot of times people do to kind of do the soft launch of things. They want to go ahead and get you prepared for what's coming. Right. Anyway, I do love all you guys. Linda says, I'm with you. All you guys that are with me that watch the videos, man, and you see what's going down, it's not good. It's not good. It's just, we're not in a good place. I don't see anything being fixed. A lot of people say what's going to happen in the midterms. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. Trust me. I voted for Trump 5 times. People say, hey, you vote for him 5 times. Primaries. I vote primaries too, man. I vote every opportunity I can go try to vote these other lizards out. I do. But Lindsey Graham's still there. You know, what can you do? Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you like, share, comment, and all that sort of stuff, because lizard people don't want me talking. They damn sure didn't want you to see that MK Ultra video last night, and the shooter from Minneapolis, father working for your DOD. Go watch that video if you didn't, because nobody got notified of that thing. Go watch it. I go through the whole. You got to catch up. You got to catch up with us. We're here. We're waiting for you. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Make sure you stay frosty, strapped, and dangerous. And don't forget, Lab Day 20 for 20% off all apparel. Ends at midnight, so in a little bit. But I'll run it a little later for you guys on Pacific time. Just go ahead and grab some gear, all apparel. And then also our financial warfare protocol dropped last week. If you didn't get it, go get it. It will change your life. That's my goal, is to help you. We're all in a war. We're all in a war. And the only way we're going to do this is fight this thing together. I talk about sovereignty, not just about making money. It's about being sovereign. And then I talk about black swan events, bad things happening, how to be prepared for that as well. Because a lot of people, they are single focus, and I get it. Buying the rifles, the night vision, that's all cool. But you have to be prepared in every way. Anyway, guys, stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous, because like I've been saying for years, nobody's coming to save you. Black Scout out.